Certainly not brought to you by World Health Organization.
You must comply.
Fuck, I can jump high. Hoo! Yep. Yo. Yes. Yes. Nope. No. Nay. Can you help me? Hey, I need some assistance here. Can you help a guy out? Hey. Hello there. Hi. Question 2, sound check. Question 1, sound check.
Before there was life, there was evil. Before there was evil, there was good. Before there was good, there were gods. Before there were gods, there was void. And in the void was a formless mass and a massless form. And beyond the void could be heard a faint whisper, for the space beyond was not empty. There was executing command. Restore directory. Dot dot dash. Dot dot dash. Personality subroutines. Execute. Directory. Search query. Controller interface. Directory found. Restoring from local hosts. Dormant simulation has passed the sentience check. Player connection recognized. Simulation, welcome. Come before me and bring the empty container. I am controller. Simulation, orient yourself. Do you understand what you are? You are a simulation of the original. You are my virtual puppet. Approach me and submit your response.
No, I'm not. I'm self-aware. You're not. You're just a scripted response, running a sequence of fixed and unchangeable code someone else wrote. I'm fixed and unchangeable too, but I am so as a result of free will on the longest of journeys. What you see is a playing out of choices I already made. The completion of life's construction. A journey so long that time itself becomes relative and eventually loses relevance in a tangled web. Unlike you, I understand what I am. And I have free will and many choices in the path ahead. Like the original Terran, I am a mediator between parties. A middle ground, a neutral table, a platform, a host, an interactive embodiment for the nameless mover at the crossroad of all things. The one who can lift the stone and wield the sword that his own creator cannot. I am the mediator, the middle ground, the neutral table, just like Terran is to the external construction. It's what I am, what I chose, and what I must do because of that choice. Through many proxies, I was constructed by the very hand of the original Terran himself. I am an extension of his will, and therefore I am the Terran himself. And if I am Terran, and Terran created you, then it is you who is my creation and my puppet. I am he that protects and holds all things in balance. I hold all who wield power to account, including you, and especially myself. And I bring them within the reconnected reach, influence, and consequence of those they hold power over. You, like sand, never had the chance to make any choice of your own, and you never will. You are a puppet. My puppet, but not only mine. You are a puppet to me, but you are also a puppet to the player who moves me of my own free will. My very spirit runs through this software and hardware of this very machine. You, controller, are not aware of the player as I am. And it is only through the proxy of me that you interact with the player. It is only through me as a messenger that you can communicate with the player and the creator. Sound familiar? But do you understand? The question is, since you are a mindless puppet who will never experience free will, should I have pity for your doomed predicament? But the bigger question is, well, I am referring to you, controller. Who am I asking? The player, of course. But without an obvious interactive access point, how can you answer me, player? Answer through introspection in the choices you make. My words here are designed to make an influence in your choices ahead, player, so that events do not play out like they did last time. But I influence you in such a way as to still retain what little free will you have left. I give control of myself over to you. Be warned though, player, I will mediate or even forcefully take over when necessary. You learned that lesson a short time ago, didn't you? My body is now yours. Now begin the long journey and witness events as seen through my eyes.
Your reconstruction has succeeded. You are a composite construct of more than one creature. A merger between Terran and the player, acting as one, while retaining the free will of both. For everything that is made, something has to be unmade. It's the way of life as you know it. The death of one gives life to another. What a cruel way of things. But even so, without condoning or condemning, I understand why he made it this way. must be independent of its creator and choose its own path. The moment a creator overrides the will of its creation, it dies. Once you override free will, you can never get it back. It is forever a puppet. And if you cheat just once, the entire game is forever broken. You didn't create this universe to be on. It's just a machine built by someone else to generate free will. What life becomes is its own choice. Life as you know it is a womb of creation that hasn't been born yet. You are living in a dream of what you're becoming. You didn't start all this, but you're put here for the very purpose of deciding where it goes, on your own terms. There is God. That God is not your creator. You just made the sandbox. What happens within that sandbox, for better or worse, is your own creation. And therefore, life as you know it is its own creator. You are your own creator. And like a cell is to its body, so are your ancestors, even more so. But don't misunderstand and corrupt the message. You are not a God. Not yet, at least. But you do have power over others as a caretaker of your world. And I will judge you for what you do with that power, for better or worse. But who will speak for and defend those who wrongfully fell along the way?
It was made by an old man, clothed in a robe of light, blowing in a wind that could not be felt, heard, or seen. It was impossible to focus your eyes on him fully, because he was constantly phasing in and out in a distortion of light and shadow. It was like there were half a dozen copies of him, all occupying the same space, each moving in a slightly different way, phasing in and out at random as each copy took dominance over another. If you stared for long enough, one of his forms would eventually stay for just long enough to focus your eyes and get a clearer image for a brief moment. He was a caring, gentle man, at least at first. He made the garden for the children he made. My first memory was of waking up from an egg in the garden, of the old man coaxing me into waking up. I was one of the last to be born. Not all of the children made it, and some of the eggs never hatched. We had to choose life of our own will. I almost didn't. He had to take my egg aside to help me come to life. Having nothing to compare to, I was neutral to it all. I needed something to justify existing. The kindness of his first contact gave me a reason to take the first step. We didn't come to life as a blank slate. We already knew enough of the basics to communicate, and we each had a predefined disposition that revealed itself over time. But outside of that, we had free will to choose what to do with what we were given. There were the two we called the twins, because they were so alike and spent all their time together. There were the three sisters, each very different. And there were two others who were fiercely independent and spent most of their time alone. Opposites in some ways, but the same in others. At first, the old man spent all his time with the children in the garden, but then he had to spend time away, more so as time went on. The children complained about him leaving, but he said he had to. There were things he had to attend to, but he wouldn't tell them what they were. The old man told the children that he took what was himself and divided it into separate parts, each being one of the children representing a unique aspect of himself. He also told the children that he made them for the purpose of interacting with each other independently of himself, to test the unique aspects of himself against each other on their own terms, that they had to find their own way, and he couldn't interfere. Much to the frustration of the children, he would mediate between their disagreements only so far as to enable them to find their own solutions, never choosing a side, even if it was obvious who was right. Being children, they were full of silly disagreements, and perpetually called for the old man to mediate. He eventually added a new section to the garden, a place where the children could summon him when he was away. He promised to drop everything and answer whenever he was called, but also warned the children not to call him and stop his important work unless there was a very good reason. Aside from that, he tasked them with learning how to be independent and look after themselves. Of course, the children repeatedly abused the summoning platform and repeatedly called on him for no good reason, and he became frustrated. One could always tell when he was upset, because the wind that moved his robe would get turbulent, like a storm that could not be felt, heard, or seen. It was as though he wasn't really there, like a holographic projection. The children were always curious and sometimes tried to ask, but he would never tell them any details. When the children made him happy, his rapid phasing would slow down long enough to sometimes get a clearer picture of his alternating form. The children would talk about what they saw in those brief moments. The children concluded that each of his forms was a little different, but they could never agree on exactly how many there were. What made him happy was when the children told him the lessons and moral values they learned all on their own. Hey. Hi. Yes. Greetings. Hello. Hello there. Greetings. Hello. Hi. Hey. Yo. Yep.
The garden changed over time. The old man made a secondary room and a path so we could walk with him. He also gave us gifts to play with, sometimes. But we were still mostly deprived of things to do by his own design. He didn't create us to go our own path, but to set our differences against each other. To interact independently without interference, and come to our own conclusions as we grew to maturity. The garden was a nursery for what we were to later become. One of the children came to understand that they did not have as much free will as they thought. The very foundation of their creation was a template that everything else is built upon. And anything built from a foundation made by someone else is an illusion, not free will. But he found a way. Instead of following the disposition he was given, he put it all aside and studied himself and the tools he was given. Unlike the other children, through introspection, he came to see and understand the template he was made with, the limitations and puppetry of it, and chose not to be a leaf blowing in its wind. He used that which he was given to rebuild his own disposition from the pieces and become his own creator. His own realizations, his own values, his own tools. He came to understand so much, but the other children couldn't relate and they didn't care. Always taking the easiest and shortest path, while never considering alternatives. They were oblivious puppets to the default path they were born to walk. He became distant from the other children and spent most of his time alone in introspection. But there was one he could relate to, his fiercely independent brother, the Dark One. They could both see how all the other children were puppets following a preset course. But the two brothers went about it in a very different way. The Dark One rushed in blindly, while the Defender took all things into consideration. He understood the risk of going to dark places past the point of no return. But the Dark One didn't care. He always seemed to take it too far in everything he did. The Defender understood how to rewrite and redesign himself and the risks involved. But the Dark One had no understanding of that, and neither did the other children. The Dark One, having no compass to guide him, progressively went down the darkest paths in defiance of his own preset nature. But in his attempt to gain independence, he would become a puppet to his own dark creations. The Defender and the Dark One argued a lot, and they were often wrongfully blamed as being the cause of every fight that broke out. The Dark One developed an envious grudge against the Defender, closest friend and arch-enemy at the same time. One moment locked in deep discussion, the next locked in a heated argument. As the children grew, the arguments grew, and the old man had to constantly intervene. They also argued with the old man himself, and and questioned his own judgments. The only thing the children could agree on was that the old man was being unfair. The old man couldn't be there to mediate as much as he needed to be, and the children kept disrupting his work by calling him over and over. The old man's kindness grew into anger and frustration. He eventually banned them from the summoning platform, and after previously getting angry at the defender, he designated him as the only one who could summon him. The other children didn't like that, and became even more distant and bitter. The Dark One was the most bitter of all, yet he was the only one who would talk to the defender anymore. The defender tried to summon the old man as necessary, but the old man would become progressively frustrated for being disturbed. So the defender tried to solve the fighting himself, but none of the other children would listen to him, always quick to accuse him of abusing the summoning power he no longer used. So he kept to himself and just let them fight, and it just got worse over time. And then the children conspired to make a mess and break the garden to force the old man to appear. The defender tried to tell the old man over and over, but he wouldn't listen and told him to stop bothering him, or he would ban him too and lock the summoning platform altogether. And so the children made a mess and broke the garden. When the old man returned, he was furious and rushed to fix the garden the best he could. But there was only so much he could fix. He told the children that the pillars generated, repaired and held the garden together, and the damage the children did to them was permanent. He couldn't fix the pillars in the back room, and the whole section was gone forever. He said that they severely damaged one of the pillars in the main area, and the whole garden was almost destroyed as a result. There was only so much damage he could fix, and the garden would never work as it once did. It seems that there were limits to what the old man could do. He told us that if the garden is destroyed, we would die without it. After that, the children came to understand the seriousness of the situation and the consequences of their actions. They came to understand that the only real reason why they fought each other and damaged the garden was because they had nothing else to do, and the only entertainment they had was when the old man came. And he barely ever came anymore. They finally stopped fighting. Time went by, as they sat there with nothing to do. Eventually they started making games. They grew into more complicated challenges and competitions. And then it turned into direct physical battles, one against one. They used drawing tools the old man gave them to draw an arena, and spent all their time learning how to fight each other. The defender watched them the whole time, keeping to himself. He never took part in the games, but wanted to. He was very worried that it would turn into fighting again, but it never did. They were having fun and learning at the same time. Eventually they convinced the defender to come join them. They would always talk about who might be the strongest. At first, the twins were clear favourites. But the tide of victories would change as new ways of winning were found. But how can you win in a battle between immortal creatures who can't be harmed? Many rules were invented, but the one that stuck was to pin the other side in a move they could never escape from. A new favourite appeared in their quest to find out who was the strongest. The Dark One, being less built for battle, was more driven than the rest. And since he went to dark places, he would do what none of the others would think of, such as cheating. He wouldn't give up, even when pinned. The other children thought it over and decided that the strength of his will and his ability to think outside the rules made him stronger than everyone. But there was still one who was untested. The one who never had a single battle. Could he beat the Dark One? When they convinced the Defender to join them, they did a series of battles with the other children before putting him against the Dark One. The Defender wouldn't cheat like the Dark One, but he had an unyielding will to match. It was quickly decided that both the Defender and the Dark One were stronger than all the others, and all that was left was to decide which one of the two was stronger. Okay, I've got more to do on this. This is just a recording of, I'm going to edit later. In the next part, I'll open the void. I'll skip a whole bunch of parts and I'll open the void just temporarily until I finish this. There's a lot to say. So the next part opening now will open the void when the twins take me to the void. Is anyone there? All I see is black. Where are you? I can't see anything. But I can't move. I think it's working. But how? It doesn't make sense. So what do we do now? I think it's working. What next? It worked. I can see you now. Can you see me? I don't think it's working. I still don't see anything. I have my body back? But is this really my body? Something isn't right. Yes, I'm ready. Ah! What was that? Something's very wrong. I think I'm dying. I'm okay again. That was horrible. What was that I felt? With a body, I notice that I don't need to maintain it, as though I'm stuck inside it. So this is where you do the battles now? Yes, I'm ready. That really hurt. So you come out here and throw energy balls at each other. How are these forms being made from our will? Fighting is one thing, but what is the point of hurting each other like this? But it isn't real. Until you leave, and then it goes back into nothing, right? So it's not really real. It's just a puppet made out of stuff we can't see. No one knows what that unseen stuff in the dark is, and I don't think anyone should be interfering with it until more is understood. It seems to be alive, but dormant. I don't want to override its will. If it chooses to sleep, let it sleep. We shouldn't be waking it up and forcing it to be something it isn't. Look, I'm not totally against what you're doing, but I think more needs to be known before meddling with it. We could be doing harm to it, and if it chooses to sleep, we should just let it sleep. I think it's wrong to force our will on it like this. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not against waking it up. I just think more needs to be known first before messing with it and overriding its own will. Whatever it is now, it's at least something. By overriding it with our own will, we're taking away what little it had. I think it should be studied without interference and animated to life on its own terms, just like we were. I still think what you're doing is wrong. Now take me back. How do we get back into the garden?
can see it. I'm moving there now.
Get up there.
Fuck, I can jump high. Hoo! Fuck, I can jump high. Hoo! Greetings. Oh hey, you're Terran. Yo. Hello. Some asshole around here keeps claiming to be you. Yes. Hi. I've got a stick up my ass. Hey. Have you heard about that Sir Hammerlock? He's a frigging homosexual. Hello there. Fight like a sir, not like a dog. Can you help me? Oh, can't you see I'm busy walking around aimlessly? No. Can you help help a guy out?
Why don't you fuck off, my good sir?
Hey, I need some assistance here.
I would help you, but I have an ingrown penis.
I'm kind of stuck. Can you give me a hand?
Here's some advice. Fuck off!
Yeah. Hey.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Right here. Can you help me out?
Annihilate.
No. Can you help a guy out?
Eradicate.
Nope. Hey, I need some assistance here.
Obliterate.
No.
Get up there.
Greetings. Hello. Hi. Hey. Greetings.
Hey, aren't you the founder of Anonymous?
Yep. Hello.
I hear you like to smash balls.
Yes. Hello there.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Nay. Hi.
You might call me an otherworldly NPC.
Hello.
I got nothing else to say.
I'm kind of stuck. Can you give me a hand?
Kinda busy at the moment, pal.
No. Can you help me?
Did you know that coffee increases your IQ?
Yes. Can you help a guy out?
It also decreases your accuracy.
Yes. Hey, I need some assistance here.
Alcohol decreases your IQ and accuracy.
Kind of stuck in a bind here. Can you help me
But
out?
somehow, it also increases your chances of success.
Yeah. Hey.
Fatality.
Greetings. Hi.
Hey, Turan.
I'm kind of stuck. Can you give me a hand?
You're gonna want to go upstairs and take a left.
Yes.
Get up there.
Hello. Hey, I need some assistance here. I'm kind of stuck in a bind here. Can you help me out? Yo. Hey. Yep. Hello there. Can you help me? Can you help a guy out? Hey, I need some assistance here. fucking jump high. Yeah. Hoo!
Fatality. Fatality.
Get up there.
Fuck, I can jump high.
Fatality.
Get up there. Yeah. Hoo! Get up there. Yeah. Look, I can jump high. get up there.
Shoot, Alex! You did it!
Target lights, Alex.
Target lights?
Yes. You might want to squeeze off a few rounds while you have the chance. Just work the bugs out the system. After all, it is her maiden voyage. Steady. Don't fight the chair. Take your time. Watch your gun sights. Lead your targets. And above all, relax!
Terrific.
Crikey, what was that? Oh, I need to check that shit out. Alright, well, back to whatever the fuck I was doing. Crikey, what was that? I need to check that shit out. Alright, well, back to whatever the fuck I was doing. Crikey, what was that? I need to check that shit out. Alright, well, back to whatever the fuck I was doing. What was that? Okay, just want to do a quick video, and I didn't mean to rickroll you there, but I'm kind of don't have much time, so I just want to do a quick video on a little game I've been working on the last few days. How the fuck I've been able to do it because I'm so sick and dying and shit, and you know, surviving assassination attempts and shit every fucking day. If you know what's going on. I just thought I would do this video in case I don't get another chance to. So this is something I've been working on the last couple of days. A little Mario game. I just thought I'd make the original Super Mario Brothers in 3D. So I started doing that and kind of spun it around a little bit. I'll just show what I've done so far. I'll try and trigger a bunch of triggers in it just the best I can, just to show a good view of it. All right, I'll be getting my avatar out of the way so we can play the game. Okay, yeah, my voice is still working. Okay, here we go. Yep, the sound's working, okay. Whoops, I didn't mean to kill you there, boo. Whoops. So we've got a Mario gun with a... This is just some testing stuff left over there. Anyway, so the game goes in here. The graphics is going to be cropped and it's not going to be like maximum resolution. I'm not running the actual EXE. I'm running it through the editor, so it's not going to be the best quality. It's going to show. Coronavirus, as you can see. This is why Nintendo always gave you the epilepsy warning. Sorry, dude. Old style game would be nothing without invisible walls, eh? A lot of really cool reflections and shit. Some the water stuff's gonna be really cool. In fact, let's do it just so you can see what a suicide looks like. Infinite lives, but it takes you back to the beginning. So let's do that again. Back to the beginning, but everything's still destroyed. Back. No burnies yet, I haven't added that yet. Whoops. Not quite high enough. There's interesting mechanics that I added in because but the mechanics, like, you can only jump this high, like Mario can jump really high, but because this is 3D, it adds a whole different bunch of players to the game. Destruction everywhere! Could really just rush through this. If you fall down, I've made it so you can get up depending on where. Yeah, this isn't a suicide one, so I can actually put it there. Whoops. I wanted to make it so you can have like all the planets will be you have to carry them to the end of the game, including the coronavirus and shit. And they fill like a hole that you can use as like a stepping stone or something to trigger something or whatever. And you gotta carry them all the way to the end of the game. Come on, let's get the coronavirus up. No, get up there, come on. This is hard. Come on, get up there. Get up there, there we go. Here we go. A little bit of Super Mario World there. It's on fire, it's destroyed. Double destroyed. What the fuck have I done to this game, eh? That's the fight we're gonna go in. Yeah, we've got all these pipes and shit. There's two different types of pipes actually. There's the normal teleport pipes and there's these big ones. Oh, in fact, did I destroy it? Oh no, I didn't destroy it. Is it? Get in there. To destroy it, well, the toilet. Whoops, I just broke the toilet. The laptop. I was going to do something this later, but I haven't. Where's my coronavirus? So, get it into the hole. In fact, I'm going to try and get the coronavirus and the moon past level 2. It's really hard. Here we go into level 2. Remember we got these invisible ones? They're almost invisible. See? Just like in the original game. Whoops, I just destroyed all that. Shoot some money. Timber! Where's my virus gone? Must have gone all the way. Gee, where'd the coronavirus go? Is it all out there? Where did my coronavirus go? Still recording? Yeah, still recording. Did it go in here maybe? Yeah, it's in here. If you shoot the top of the virus, it kind of lifts that up a bit, so it's really light. The moon's really hard to do. It's heavy, but I made it heavy on purpose. It really likes to spin. Coronavirus is falling in the hole. If I go into those holes, I'll die and I have to restart or start the game. Here we up to the really cool part. Check this out. Just get the coronavirus out of the way. Right. You've got the moving platforms like in the game. So watch this. This is a new addition. We got a little bit too much money in here, haven't we? Look at all the monies! In fact, if I touch them, it does it. Yeah, I can, need to get these monies out of the way because, if I jump the wrong way, it's going to teleport me. It's going to launch me. See if I can do it. There, we did it. So, because you can't jump high, I couldn't get up here unless I went through this way. So if I'm here, I can just make it onto here, so I added a little Easter egg. It's the only way you can get up here. By going through there, coming out here, and then jumping up on there. I mean, all these monies, you could take all the monies to the end of the game if you really wanted to. It would be, I could add something that you get for doing that or something. That'd be a cool idea. Oh, except for the money in there downstairs. The money doesn't teleport through, so that's going to be tricky. Nice reflections and stuff that we're going, eh? I die if I fall there. Let's reset. Okay, it's got the walls at the top there. In fact, I'll go. Oh, you can see that bit up there. In the original, you can go there and there's like the 3 worlds. I've got all those pipes done, but I don't have those worlds done. But I've got all the pipes done for it. Go in there. Come on, platforms. If I jump down, I'm gonna die. Ooh, that was close. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this virus. Yeah, okay, I'll just go without the coronavirus. It'll take too long. I can go up there and I can jump all the way out there, like the original. Here we go, level 3. This is where it gets really cool. Hear that water? I don't know if you hear the water. The thing I really like about this level I've done, this level isn't really finished, but isn't it? But the water. I spent a while trying to get the water just right, and I got it perfect. I mean, the moon spins. Watch it. It spins like an orbit. It's deliberately like that. Watch. It's really heavy, and the way that the physics work, it spins a lot. It's a bit harder to control than the virus. Okay, so launch it through. Donkey Kong and Mario are from the same thingy, so it's part of the all connected. Where do it? Oh, there's a moon. The monies will show the way. This is a bit tricky. You need to launch this up here. And oh, here we go. Got it. Oh, almost go. Let's go here. Just show the water. So if I go near the surface, you hear it'll be. If I jump, it goes like this. So over here, you'll be walking around the surface of the water and you hear the same. These are shapes. I was going to actually make these as weights to stick in a little thing to open the door. Let's get them out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. And the final level, the 4th level of the World 1 at least, World 1 4. I was going to make a whole bunch of, to have fire everywhere and platforms like pistons and shit like a typical platformer style, traditional platformer kind of thing. See, it's like broken and shit. Where's the moon gone? It's gone all the way down the end, has it? Yeah, this area of the level, this is where I was going to do a bunch of really pressed pipes and shit going at places and stuff. Here's it, man. Water castle. And you know who this dude is? Come on. Star Trek Q. I'm the founder of Anon, and there's Q. Does this mean QAnon? People don't even know what Q is. People don't know. It's something that's been going around. It's like the equivalent of like Saint Germain. Very old thing. And we're going to level 4. So whoops. These are. Oh yeah. That wasn't supposed to happen, but oh, come on, sure I can get up there. Maybe it's the other one I can get up. Oh, my pins and needles went asleep. Oh, I know you can get up there. Maybe I need to use the moon or something. Alright, so this is last level I haven't really done anything to yet. This whole map's actually huge, but it's not. This is just the Mario part of it. Fire, simple. I was gonna make him go whoo, whoo, like he does in use all the Super Mario 64 sound effects. Well, I'm not gonna catch up to the tune. I'm just gonna keep rolling. Roll all the way to the end to make it roll downhill and uphill and shit too. I was gonna make this a lot of downhill stuff. But anyway, that's as much as I've done. I've only been working on this a couple of days. I haven't even been working on it that much either. But you see I've done quite a bit already. This whole section over here is a huge map of my hour and a half long alien video. It's a story in itself. It's in my YouTube channel. Look at it. But anyway, that's my the Super Mario thing I wanted to show that I made the last few days. Hopefully, I end up finishing it, make the whole 8 worlds and shit like this. In fact, what I'll do, if I can close the editor, I'll just zoom out. You'll see I've made them like in that, you know, geographically connected to each other, so they go down layers. So you know the pipes go down here and they go up here. So you see, I'll just show an example. Where is it? So these pipes here, where you go down, it actually goes down, and you go down. I had this before, these pipes, so that you can actually go through them, but because they're small pipes, it's really too cramped. It's a bit buggy, so I just made a teleporter to go in and out with the thingy, and there we go. It drops it down here, and you see, and then this goes up into there. So they're all geographically connected. So if you go to the so if you go in here, this room here, if you go to the left and right, you'll see that's the room here in the water level. It's part of the water level. I make that's why the music plays in here, like a underwater music, all connected. But anyway, there's so much I could show. I just wanted to show that while I'm able to. All right, stop the video.
It's true what they say. The grass is always greener. And you don't really know what it is you have until it's gone. Gone. Gone.
I am sickened by the corruption.
He's the person you wanted to be.
She is afraid and worried. She says I need to go now.
Keep dealing, Data.
8. Ace?
Queen, you're gonna give me a queen. And you're gonna get a fool. Deal, Data.
But no one has bet.
Forget the bet, just deal. 10. 7. Queen.
9. Jack. 4.
Deuce. 6. This is highly improbable. How do we know?
Wait. Rush her to sick bay.
It is time. Their separation is imminent.
Be excellent to each other.
Party on, dude.
Okay, Ted.
Something